Our next speaker. John is a co-founder of our club, a former preacher, a speech coach, small business owner, and the music director at a local church. John has been working on his second Confident Communicator Award and will be presenting speech number 10, Inspire Your Audience. The objective of his speech is to inspire the audience by appealing to noble motives and challenging the audience to achieve a higher level of beliefs or achievement and to appeal to the audience's needs and emotions, using stories, anecdotes, and quotes to add drama. John's speech is 8 to 10 minutes long and will address the missing elements in our meetings. We can all benefit today from taking advantage of one simple idea that will make us look better and help our message be received. Curious? So please, if so, welcome John.
We are overlooking one simple area in our public speaking. Occasionally, we get it right, but many times, right here in our club, we overlook this simple element that can make a big difference. Are we here to grow?
Yes.
Are we here to become better speakers?
Yes.
So applying this one element, improving upon this can make a difference today. What am I talking about? Your written introduction. Your written introduction. It's important. It's important because it provides a necessary transition. It establishes credibility. It sets the tone. And it gives us an opportunity to write a miniature speech. What's worse than no introduction? A bad introduction. And we've all probably heard a bad introduction. It ruins it for the speaker. Let's take a deeper look. Join me in analyzing what we can do better with our missing element of a strong written introduction. The first point is providing a necessary transition. When we come into this meeting, when we come into any context, we bring some baggage with us. This morning, you might be thinking about some personal issues that are weighing heavy on you. You might be thinking about a busy day ahead of you. I got all this stuff, I got a schedule packed full, that's on our mind. We might be engaged in a really good conversation with the person next to you. And we need somebody to pull us out of that, to gently nudge us from point A to point B. A necessary transition. We need that to happen so we can refocus from what's heavy on our minds or on our emotions into what the speaker is wanting to communicate. So a written introduction can accomplish that. Provide that necessary transition. It's an important element. It's minute, but it's important. Secondly, we need to establish credibility. I was in church on Sunday, Easter Sunday, big day in churches, and the pastor of the church was away. His mother died, and so he's with his family, and so someone else was speaking. And looking back on that, if I was new to that church, I'd want to know, who is this guy and why is he speaking? Yes, he mentioned that the pastor was out and that he was going to be filling in, but who is he? Who is he to get up there and speak? If you were new to that church, you'd be wondering. I might be wondering that. Why are you throwing? We're getting the bench player today on Easter Sunday. What a disappointment is that, right? Or are you going to build yourself, pump the guy up, like, hey, this guy, you're going to want to hear this guy because he's got something to say, and this is his background. Tell us something. There was nothing about who he was and what his background was. And he even apologized. Well, I heard about this last minute, so I threw this in. My expectation in the tank. Come on, build some establishment credibility. Why do I want to listen to you? It's the same thing. Why do you want to listen to me? Why do you want to listen to anyone who gets up here? We all have a source that we can pull from that establishes credibility. What makes you someone I want to hear talk about that subject? And there are reasons. You may not see them right away, but there are reasons that we can express in our written introduction. So we miss that a lot of times. We just blow over that. Well, why, we all know each other. Come on, I know what Andy does. I know what Julio does. We don't need to hear. No, this is a chance to practice because we can use this in other settings. Even though we may know a lot about Julio, let's practice that. This is a chance to establish credibility. Build yourself up so the audience wants to hear what you have to say. The third point, setting the tone. Setting the tone. How many of you have heard Mark Eaton speak professionally out in Rockland? Show of hands. A couple of us have. For those of you who haven't, Mark nails this because he understands the importance of it as a professional speaker. First of all, he always makes sure they have that introduction in their hands ahead of time, and they've read through it, they're prepared. So they have a written introduction that establishes credibility and presents Mark the way Mark wants to be presented. So he knows what works. Secondly, he goes right into an audio video presentation that totally jacks everybody up. It's got driving music, shows these video clips of him performing as a professional athlete and setting these records, and everyone's, yeah! I'm not really into basketball, but watching that, you're like, yeah, cool, this guy really did something great with his career. He really succeeded. And it got me excited about what he was going to talk about. It established the tone. It set the tone to the audience being prepared to listen. What is he going to talk about? It not only did it establish credibility, but it got us excited about he's going to talk about teamwork, and he knows what he's talking about from his professional background. Sets the tone. How can we set the tone? Just a little statement in our introduction that doesn't give our message away, but can be a springboard so that people are interested. They want to hear what the message is about. We miss that a lot of times. It's a great thing to do. It can shorten your message. We have a lot to say. Well, maybe we can say part of our message in our introduction and then reserve more time in our speech for other things. Lastly, a written introduction is a miniature speech. And it benefits the speaker and it benefits the presenter, the introducer. As a speaker, we have a chance to craft another little speech. And we get to write that speech for somebody else. So we have to write it with them in mind, and we have to write it with our message in mind. And so it takes a little bit of thought, takes a little bit of work, but again, it's another opportunity. Hey, I can practice something else by just writing an introduction. And as an introducer, a Toastmaster, or an MC, when you introduce somebody, this is a miniature speech. This is a chance to perform, to deliver. And we want to do it with fervor. You want to get up there and go, our next speaker is John Henry, and he is the co-founder of this book. You want to come out with some excitement. You want to build some excitement. We don't want to grandstand. In other words, take something away from the speaker. And we certainly do not want to flatter. I've heard people flatter in their introductions, use flattery. Not a good thing to do. Our next speaker is John Henry. He's one of the best speakers in our club. He's great. Don't say that. Let the people determine that for themselves. What if John has a bad day? Just ruin it for them. They got expectations. Let their expectations be here. Whoa. So it's a chance to deliver. And it's a chance when you're introducing somebody, you're in charge of this space. So we don't leave this unattended. John stayed up here till I got up here, started the applause, gave me a handshake. It's important. Again, provides transition. We have a blank space up here, and then we're going to go, what's going on? But by staying up here until we've given the handshake, we know exactly what's going to happen. Do we want to grow as public speakers?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we do. Do we want to raise the bar a little bit higher for ourselves and as a club? Yes, we do. I suggest to this club that we introduce the best written introduction. Would they not raise the bar? Now I'm competing for this, and I want to do better.
I want a ribbon.
I want a ribbon. You can bring home a couple ribbons in a day with this one. Expect to see this in the future. Iconic Olympic decathlon winner Bruce Jenner said this: get up early and raise the bar throughout the day. We got the first one down. We get up early. Let's raise the bar. We cannot get to where we've never been unless we do what we've never done.
Let's all for John a moment, a minute of silence so we can send him some feedback.